Will Robert Pattinson be the official Batman of the DC Universe? Over the years, we have seen how among fans of the superhero universe, there has been an argument that usually divides them. I'm talking, of course, about the war of opinions about which universe is better between Marvel and DC. It is no secret that when we talk about the success that both companies have had in the movies, there is one that stands out without a doubt, and is that currently many agree that Marvel is the one that is dominating. But this does not mean that DC will stand idly by. As you may already know, in October of 2022, James Gunn and Peter Safran were named co-presidents and co-CEOs of DC Studios. Thanks to this, we once again find that they are remaking the DC Extended Universe, now called the DC Universe or DCU, where Superman Legacy would be the beginning of it, or at least that was the initial plan. I say this because rumors have surfaced that Robert Pattinson might be the official Batman of this new universe. This leaves us with several questions. What will happen to the universe that Matt Reeves has created? And won't this cause a lot of confusion among fans? In this video, we will be discussing all these details. And for more videos of your favorite series and movies, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Welcome to the Oasis Geek. Before we start with this video, and to celebrate the arrival of the Penguin series, we will be giving away a Funko Pop from the Batman movie. To participate, all you have to do is subscribe to this channel and leave a comment telling us who is your favorite character from the DC Universe and why. The winner will be announced on October 31st. Let's start by discussing what we know so far about the rumors that Robert Pattinson will be the official Batman of the DC Extended Universe. Well, according to Hollywood insider Jeff Snyder, Warner Bros. Discovery CEO David Zaslav is eager to get Batman on screens as soon as possible, considering The Dark Knight continues to be a big draw for DC. While we don't have a confirmed release date for The Brave and the Bold, and with the Batman Part 2 set for late 2026, Zaslav seems to want a Batman movie soon to help the DCU pose strong competition to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. One possibility being considered is for Pattinson to become the DCU's new Batman, following the release of the Batman Part 2, and for the Batman franchise to become a DCU franchise. This leaves us wondering, what did James Gunn and Peter Safran have to say about this? Well, there is no word on who Gunn and Safran are considering to play Batman in The Brave and the Bold, which is one of 5 films set in the DCU's Chapter 1, Gods and Monsters. However, 2 MCU names have expressed interest in playing Gotham's protector in the DCU. One name is Winston Duke, star of the Black Panther franchise, who has voiced the character on the Spotify podcast, Batman Unburied. Another is Spider-Man Far From Home's Jake Gyllenhaal, who is a big Batman fan. Will this be the best choice DC has on their hands? Or would they be better off keeping the universes separate? We have to take several things into account. Matt Reeves' The Batman film franchise started outside of the defunct DC Extended Universe, or DCEU, when the film was released in 2022, and has remained outside of the DCU continuity. This decision is one that makes sense for several reasons. The main one being that Gunn and Safran are creating this new DC universe with something in mind. And if in their plan Matt Reeves' Batman story doesn't fit, they obviously won't be including it. But there is one factor that may affect the whole decision to blend the two universes: the concept of multiverses. When we look back, we can remember that DC didn't want to integrate this concept into the DC Extended Universe, especially when they were talking about integrating the Arrowverse into it. But with what Marvel has achieved using this concept in the MCU, we know that DC doesn't want to be left behind, and it's very likely that David Zaslav will keep pushing Gunn and Safran to integrate Matt Reeves' Batman into the DCU by making it the official one, and likewise, making Matt Reeves' universe canonical. How could they integrate the story of Matt Reeves' universe into Gunn and Safran's project? Upon closer inspection, we know that Pattinson's Batman draws from alternate universes, taking inspiration from iconic stories like Batman, Year One, and Batman, The Long Halloween. These are set almost entirely within DC's New Earth timeline, between the respective Crisis on Infinite Earths reboots of 1986 and Flashpoint of 2011. Most of them correspond to the early stages of Batman's career, when he establishes his reputation in Gotham. The big differences are when it comes to Bruce Wayne's background in the film. Robert Pattinson was cast for the role in part because of the vulnerability he brings to Wayne, something never seen in previous adaptations of the character, as we usually see him well established as being the world's greatest detective. But this is not the only one that has undergone this change since in the Penguin series. The series that starts from the events of the Batman movie starring Robert Pattinson, and has barely released 2 episodes, is showing us how the rise of Oswald Cobblepot came about. What does this let us know? Well, that this universe follows a pattern, and it is showing us what both Batman and the Penguin had to go through to get to the top. In Batman's story, we saw how he, as hard as he tried, failed to stop the Riddler's plan in time, getting this villain to destroy Gotham's boardwalk, and leaving the poor class in ruins by the flood, showing that the young Wayne still has a lot to learn. Not only this, but he also has a long way to go before he becomes the world's greatest detective. And as I mentioned before, its continuation, the Penguin series, shows us how Oz is not yet the crime lord we all know, and is taking advantage of the power void left by Carmine Falcone to achieve his goal. And if we start speculating, we could deduce that all movies or series based on this universe will continue with this pattern. So how could they integrate the story of Matt Reeves' universe into Gunn and Safran's project? The solution is simpler than they think. If they make this universe canonical and part of the DCEU, they could simply explain that Matt Reeves' universe is a prequel to what we will be seeing in Gunn and Safran's DC universe. So in that way, Robert Pattinson could be the official Batman of what Gunn and Safran are building, since as they're going to start with Superman Legacy, we obviously know that the Batman they want to present to us will not be one that is still in its beginnings, but they would present us with Batman at his best. In conclusion, the possibility of integrating Matt Reeves' universe into Gunn and Safran's new DCU opens an interesting avenue to maintain continuity without losing the essence of what has already been built. Turning Robert Pattinson's story into a prequel to the future DCU would not only resolve the apparent dissonance between the two universes, but also allow for an organic transition to a more experienced and established Batman in the new DC order. With the multiverse becoming more and more present in superhero narratives, it wouldn't be surprising if DC decides to go with this strategy, to capitalize on Pattinson's popularity while building their new universe. But tell me, what do you think about all this? Do you think the best decision DC can make is to integrate Matt Reeves' universe into the DC universe that James Gunn and Peter Safran are building? Or do you think they should keep both universes separate so that they are not limited in either universe when it comes to creative control? And for more videos of your favorite series and movies, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. You are on The Oasis Geek.